Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Mr. Taylor, myself, and the entire staff at Case Middle School, we would like to welcome you to the 7th grade awards ceremony. We understand this school year has been quite unique and appreciate each of you persevering through. I'm not just talking about the students, but the staff and family members who supported all of us as we navigated the challenges of distance and virtual education together. We commend all of your hard work this school year and look forward to working with your students again next year. Before we move into the awards portion of the night, I would like to leave you all with 2 quotes that I believe speak to the hard work each of these students has demonstrated. Entrepreneur Jim Rohn said, "If you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary." The students being commended tonight have taken the risks, have risen to the challenge, and we believe they are extraordinary. The second quote, by author Nitya Prakash, "I don't set out to win awards. I don't think any writer does. But when you receive an award, it's an affirmation. It means that people appreciate what you do. Every award I have received is a confirmation of something I have done, and that motivates me to push a little harder." At this time, I would like to turn it over to Ms. Davis to present the awards and confirm the hard work of the students from Team Trustworthiness.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very excited to present the first few awards for Team Trustworthiness. The first award is going to be for a high average in English. Ms. McLean has chosen a student who has worked very hard and has achieved a high average. He did great in all of his classes this year, but really stuck out in English. And this award goes to Tucker Jones. The second award I'm going to present is for math, which is my class. This award is going to a student who worked very hard all throughout the year, especially throughout the last few months of online learning. Tried her best on absolutely everything, always checked in, wanted to make sure everything was not only done well, but done as perfect as possible. And I'm thrilled to give this award to Haley Parker. Mr. Houck is going to come up in just a minute to present the last few awards for Team Trustworthiness. But before I go, I've got one more award to give, and this is for the Pillar of Trustworthiness. This award is going to a student who really embodies our team's trait of trustworthiness. She is kind to everyone, works hard in all of her classes, and is a model student. And Team Trustworthiness Pillar goes to Haley Parker. With the rest of Team Trustworthiness awards, here is Mr. Houck.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. The awards I'm going to present are for science, highest average in science, highest in social studies, and overall, highest overall, and most improved. So 4 awards and 3 students. So when I decided to come up with a few things to say for students in regards to their year and what they've done, I try to look at some common themes. Yes, they're hardworking and they put in a lot of effort, and they do, but there's maybe a little bit more to that. All these students who I will present awards to are self-motivated and self-disciplined. So they work hard and they understand the big picture. It's not necessarily what they want to do, but what they need to do. So congratulations to all these students. And the first student is awarded in science, Mallory Williams. Mallory was quiet and focused and very driven. She also took part in the Windblade Challenge, which they had a lot of success in. The next students, the highest award for social studies and the highest overall goes to Bennett Pessner. Once again, he was very driven and worked very hard, not only in the school year, but also during online learning, during the quarantine. And the last award goes to most improved. And this award goes to Connor Brown. Connor was one of those students that demonstrated that self-discipline and drive. He was always motivated, and during office hours every day he would show up. I can almost set my clock by when he would arrive in my office hours. And he knew what he had to do, and he always tried his best. Academically, he was always a good student, but it was the self-improvement that he also acknowledged and showed us during the course of this year. So congratulations to all the students on their success. And with that, I will turn it over to Team Citizenship, Mrs. Brown and Mrs. Britton.
Good evening. While we were on quarantine, we wrote memoirs in our English class, and I wanted to read a line from Hannah Eldridge's memoir. She wrote, "From this experience, I learned that even when life throws a curveball at you, you have to look forward to the future and what you can improve on even more." Hannah's not only a talented writer, but she's a hard worker. And because of her dedication, she's the recipient of the English Award for Team Citizenship. The next award I'd like to give out is for the Math Accelerated Award with Mr. Palakowski. He wrote, "John Flowers is in a competitive group with several outstanding students. John has worked diligently to put himself at the top of the accelerated math class. His hard work, perseverance, and effort throughout the school year has really set John apart. Great work, John." For Math 7, there was a tie between two students, Javion Ritchie and Rosalind Lewis. The two students that won this award not only put great effort into their studies this year, but also showed resilience that put them at the top of their class. Both students constantly worked to be better and did not let anything hold them back. Exceptional work. Congratulations, Javion and Rosalind. This year's High Achievement Award for Social Studies is a student that is very focused, self-motivated, and determined to maintain a high level of excellence in her daily work, writing, collaborative work, and projects. This award goes to Nesia Smith for Social Studies. Congratulations. And I'm going to pass it on to Mrs. Britton for the rest of our awards for Team Citizenship. Thank you.
The first two awards that I will distribute this evening would be those for Science 7 and Accelerated Science. I'm going to actually speak about both students at the same time because they both have very similar qualities. They've demonstrated clear success in science this year, both showing focus and dedication to making sure that they're doing their best at all times. They spend extra time with me, or they did before we left school, and always make sure that all of their work is completed to the best of their ability. They also always reach out to find out what they could be doing better. They've spent a lot of extra study hall time with me while we were in school, and I wanted to thank the parents for instilling such a great work ethic in these kiddos. So those two would be for Accelerated Science, Andrea Trombley, and for Science 7, Luke Charlton. For our most overall improved on Team Citizenship, we have a student that we've learned a great deal about throughout the year. He came in with probably not feeling the greatest about making sure, just being in school in general. But throughout the year, we have been able to joke with him a great deal. He has always worked his hardest. And we've recently learned in this shutdown that he has a hidden talent of rapping the Bill of Rights. So Christian Dunn has made the decision. He was going to make school a priority, and he has received our most overall improved for team citizenship. Highest overall average goes to a young man who all of us could speak to, and probably all of us could have given the award to. He is a great student who is very diligent about making sure that he always is doing his best. So highest overall average for team citizenship is Jack Adams. And our pillar of citizenship goes to two students who we all felt both deserved this award. We spent a great deal of time at the beginning of our year talking about what citizenship meant and how we become better citizens, and these two embody the meaning of citizenship, and they're very deserving. This award will go to both Ella Smith and Vincent Knapp. And I pass on to Mrs. Mitchell for team responsibility.
Good evening. Our highest achievers for team responsibility for ELA with Mrs. Nierbin is Michaela Pacheco. For math with Mrs. Dickinson is Markel Jefferson. For social studies with Mr. Todd is Jasmine Robertson. For science is Anastasia Smith. Our most improved student of the year goes to Nathaniel Davenport. Our highest average goes to Markel Jefferson. And our Pillar of Responsibility Award goes to Aubrey Thurston.
Hello, Case Middle School students, parents, and guardians. My name is Mr. Nadel, and I'm one of the technology teachers at Case Middle School. Tonight, I'm in front of you to present the highest achievement in technology education awards. Students who receive this award demonstrate a high level of FUSE challenge completion, understanding, regularly collaborated with other classmates when they were needed, and always had an outgoing and positive attitude. The award for Mr. Wilson's technology education class goes to Nate Davenport. And the award for my class goes to Connor Brown. I'd like to hand it over to Mrs. Boyce, who will present the Health Award.
Good evening. I am Mrs. Boyce, and I am presenting the Health Awards for myself and Mrs. Pritchard. The first award that we give is the Shining Star Award, and these are students who are the full package. They are role models, they participate, they always do their best. For myself, my Shining Star is Luke Charlton. And Mrs. Pritchard's Shining Star is Connor Brown. We also decided to give an at-home Learning Star Award to our students who really kind of lit it up at home and really showed such hard work and responsibility. So my at-home Learning Star is Janelle Barker. And Mrs. Pritchard's Learning Star is Parker Andiorio. Hope I said that right. And next is Madame Fultz for French.
Bonsoir tout le monde. I always am excited to say that because I say bonjour tout le monde all day long, and like this is the only time I get to see people in the evening when I get to say bonsoir. So, even though this is really weird to be like standing up here with hardly anybody here except for teachers, I hope that you guys are doing great at home and enjoying watching this. So, let us know how much you loved this. I have 2 awards for 7th grade, and they are going to Ariana Damaris and Haley Parker. And I want to say to my 7th graders that I'm really sorry that we didn't get to finish out the year because we always perform our play, Le Garçon qui joue des tours, and we have French night with macaroons and all kinds of fun stuff. So hopefully we will get to actually perform our play at some point. So 7th grade French is a lot of fun. We do a lot of acting, singing, and dancing. And there are some students that stand out a lot in the class. So Ariana Damaris made herself very well known in my classroom, and she always was quick to answer, and she loved playing games. She was great in French class. The other award to Haley Parker, I did not know her so well when we were in the classroom. She was kind of shy and quiet, but maintained a very good average. But then when we did at-home learning, she was there all the time and answering all kinds of questions and asking lots of questions, and I just really appreciated her hardworking attitude. So I'm glad to give these awards to both of them. And now I would like to present to you Senora Gozier with the Spanish Awards.
Buenas noches a todos. I'm feeling a little awkward with a short microphone, and I heard you had to be really strong to move it, and I'm not. So, on that note, if you ask a small child what their favorite superpower is, most kids tell you they wish they could, be invisible and listen to people. Some wish they could swim underwater. That was me after watching Little Mermaid. I was positive I was destined to be a mermaid. Others wish they could fly. Nobody notices the power of being able to speak more than one language. And after aging many, many, many years since I wanted to be a mermaid, I realized that the new power that I really want and that I've started to grow is the ability to communicate. Understanding is a trait that is needed so very badly in our world today, and the following students have committed to growing their superpower of communication and understanding. I'd like to congratulate the following students. First, from Mrs. Yancey's class, Parker Andiorio and Delaney Callahan. And the next group of superheroes from my class are Hannah Eldridge, Andrea Trombley, Tucker Jones, Harper Lane, and Gavin Stone. So welcome to the Super Language Squad, all of you 7th graders. Up next, we have Ms. Labiendo for Physical Education.
Good evening. The Physical Education Award is being awarded to 2 students in the 7th grade. The students receiving the Physical Education Award were prepared for class and respectful to their peers. They showed phenomenal effort while participating in each of our units and worked well with others in team settings. Along with their hard work at the beginning of the school year, we are confident that these students are finding ways to stay physically active while we are learning from home. The award recipient from Coach Van Ostren's class is Kaiser Wesley. The award recipient from Coach Labiendo's class is Mia Kelly. Next up is Mr. Hurst with the Band Awards.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to open with a quote from Beethoven. I always tell the kids Beethoven is my favorite composer, so here goes. To play a wrong note is insignificant, but to play without passion is inexcusable. These are students who always played with passion no matter what, no matter wrong notes, right notes, playing it for the first time, playing it for the 100th time. These 3 students were some of the most passionate 7th grade band students that I had this year. So I'm pleased to give the 7th grade band awards to Ariana Damaris, clarinet, Jason Medina, alto saxophone, and Aubrey Thurston, trumpet. And I will turn it over to Mrs. Gleason for chorus and music awards.
Guten Abend. I get the pleasure of having most of the 7th graders all year long. Some of them I have 3 times in 2 days. So I get to see them a lot, and I get to see them grow, and it's my pleasure to work with your students. Thank you so much for letting me do that. For the 7th grade chorus, Outstanding Musician, I'm honoring Aubrey Thurston, Tucker Jones, Parker Andiorio, and Gavin Stone. I have 2 students I'd like to recognize for 7th grade chorus achievement. They were working very hard, especially through our online learning time. They were always Zooming with me and singing, even though I couldn't hear them. Hannah Eldridge and Sophia Emerton. And my 7th grade master musicians in music class are always ready to answer questions and excited about learning about music. Lance Etherton, Marcus Cole, Connor Brown, Cage Loftus, Khalees Mayo, and Jacob Roby. And now on to the Resilience Awards.
Hello again. So during this time of online learning, we noticed that there were some students that were extremely resilient. So we decided to give a special award called the Resiliency Award. And resilience is defined as the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties or toughness. So for team citizenship, there were a couple students that stood out, but we decided wholeheartedly we wanted to give the award to Nicholas Van Leuven, and Mrs. Britton's here to talk about him a little bit.
During our online learning experience, Nick has worked very diligently to make sure that he was completing all work and to the best of his ability. He asked questions, he tried to improve, and he always stayed positive throughout this experience. His initiative was impressive, and we are extremely proud of you, Nick.
During this online learning, as Mrs. Britton and Mrs. Brown just mentioned, we also saw many students just doing a fantastic job. We did narrow it down to one student who was just there every day, all the time, for all of his classes, doing a fantastic job, and that Resilience Award goes to Tanner Babcock.
And our final award of the evening is the Team Trustworthy Resilience Award. This student, all throughout the year, did well. He did his work, but throughout these last few months of online learning has really gone above and beyond, completed every assignment, and worked hard in all of his classes. And the Team Trustworthiness Resilience Award goes to Riley Fugate.
Hello, everybody. So that concludes our 7th grade awards presentation for this evening. I do want to remind you that we are doing report card pickup on Wednesday from 4 to 6 and on Thursday from 11 to 1. So come on in, get your report cards. If you happen to have any school-owned materials, books, calculators, whatever, you can bring those in. You will be keeping your Chromebooks through the summer, so you've got to keep them. And I want you to remember to be gracious, be humble, be kind, and give back. Have a great night.